Alright, Magnemite lovers, it's time for some Detective Pikachu. We gotta go find out what's going on with some stuff over here, right? So, the violins broke. We found out that someone might be doing something bad. So let's go to Carina. Woohoo! Alright, come on, Carina. I'm here. Let me console you. Carina, are you crying? Carina, please listen calmly. Tim, what's going on? Can you be less robotic, Tim? We found out that the accident earlier was actually deliberately caused by someone. What? But how? Is what you said true? Please, tell me everything. Of course. Yeah. Someone had given fake instructions to Yanma? Is that what caused the accident? That's right. But who would do such a thing and why? It's possible the culprit had some grudge against you and destroyed the violin as payback. Could you tell us a bit more about your violin? Yeah, of course. My grandfather made it for me before he passed away. It's one of its kind. Oh man, that's terrible. Even now, when I get discouraged, I remember the message he left for me on the violin. It helps me feel better. A message? What's the message? There's a message on the violin? I've never noticed. Oh, you couldn't have. It's written on the inside of the back plate, after all. Oh, so you can't see it from the outside. No, you can't actually. I think the only ones who've seen it are me and Cricketoon, since we used to go play in my grandfather's workshop. Well, so what about a message on the violin? That's just sentiment. Alright, well, Cricketoon, unless it's like the safe combination or a secret password to a secret underground lab, like, what's the point? You'll help us find the culprit. Thanks, we could use your help. Alright, tell me about that cue sheet, Cricketoon. We don't know who did this or why, but don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of things. Alright, Cricketoon. Apparently Cricketoon was present when Carina saw the message too. Cricketoon says Carina read the message to it. It said, "To my darling Carina, even when I'm no longer with you, I will always love you and your music." Okay, that doesn't sound like a motive at all.
Hey, Tim.
The message on the violin, huh? Something on your mind? It helped Cricketoon pick up the pieces of the violin after the accident, but I don't think I saw a message anywhere on the back plate. Could it be that you just didn't notice it? If it bothers you, we can double check. Yeah. Where's the... Oh, the violin's over here. Can I go touch it? Here's Carina's violin. It really is wrecked, isn't it? Let's see, the back plate with the message should be this one. But I don't see any message written anywhere. So that means this violin is a fake. Dun dun dun! The culprit's goal was to steal Carina's violin. The culprit must have tampered with the Yanma's cue sheet so that the accident would hide the fact that the violin had been swapped. That's right. He almost got away with it, too. I swear I'll catch this culprit no matter what. What are you talking about? He almost got away with it. Pikachu already knows the gender of who did this? Keith! Why would Keith do that? Keith told her to go put it away, and Keith was right in front of us. It did fade to black, so we don't really know what happened. Oh, gosh.
Thank goodness the violins had been swapped.
That is a good thing.
That means that the real one is still safe.
Why?
That's the one good thing about all of this.
Okay. First things first, we should go tell Carina and Cricketoon about the swap violin. They may be able to help us narrow down who the culprit could be. You're right, Pikachu. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Let's take a look. Alright, Carina. The violin is a fake. The culprit arranged for the accident to happen so that nobody would notice the theft. But then, where's the real violin? The culprit probably still has it, but please, keep this a secret. We don't want the culprit to get nervous and hide it away. Alright, I never noticed my violin had been swapped with a fake, but I think the one I used for my performance was the real one. I could tell it from the tone. Yeah, Cricketoon says so too. Okay, the tone of the real thing. Like, you knew that. You were playing it right then. Creaky. Alright, I mean, that's an okay Pokemon sound. Oh, something felt off to you? The material seemed softer than normal. I see. It must have been difficult for the culprit to get the exact same materials to use. Soft boards. Oh, okay.
Hey, Tim.
The testimonies we got from the two of them are shedding light on the crime. Really? Let's organize what we know. To get started, let's figure out exactly when the violin was swapped. Open up your case notes. When was the violin swapped out? After she played it. Oh gosh, don't quiz me, Pikachu.
Now, let's try and figure out when the violin could have been swapped out. First, when do we know for sure that the violin was already, fake?
When do we know it was fake? The opening, during the performance, during preparations, when Pikachu was carrying it. Well, it wasn't fake during the opening because she had to grab it. During the performance, it was not fake. During the preparations was when the violin... What?
No, that's not right.
Fine, when Pikachu was carrying it.
True.
Fine.
By the time I had delivered the violin, it had already been swapped out with the fake one.
Wouldn't it be during the preparations, though?
Now we know when the violin was swapped out with the
Same thing.
But we still need to figure out when was the last time the real violin was seen.
When was the real thing seen? It was probably during the performance. It's either during the performance or the preparations. So I'm going to go performance.
Now why do you think that?
Because it sounded correct. Based off of Crickettoon's, yeah, the sound was... Yeah, exactly that. That was it. Yeah, look at me on the first try.
So, Carina was...
She was using the... She told us that explicitly.
She and Crickettoon both confirmed it to be true. And that means the culprit swapped out the violin after Carina finished her performance, but before I moved it.
Yeah, great. It was switched out backstage. During preparations. Now we know when the violin was swapped. Yeah, the culprit aimed for the exact moment Carina would not be around her violin. Judging from that, and the tampering with the cue sheet, the culprit must have been very familiar with the show. So the culprit is someone who works here. Yeah, that's what we need to find out now. What alibis do those involved have? Oh my gosh, man. Can I just have the footage from Mako to find my dad? Like, can we just do that? Alright, man. What alibis do we have? Was it this guy, Max and Chatot? I mean, Max... Maybe Chatot heard something. Out of my way, right?
What?
What are you doing over here? I'm playing detective? Nobody's playing here. Alright, Max, you left the studio once the first rehearsal was done, right? Yeah, I figured I'd go over the script one more time in my dressing room while I waited. Did anyone come by during that time? Yeah, a staff member came by to call me. I was in the middle of something, so I couldn't open the door, but I said I'd be right out. Oh, so we didn't actually see this person. Max's alibi. Oh, you didn't see the person.
Yeah, that's an alibi. Make sure you remember it.
Is it, though? He's just claiming something, and we don't know who the other person is on the other side of the wall, so that's not technically an alibi. Unless we have the other person's testimony. Yeah. Oh, you were saying you were watching TV, and you say you're the best thing on the screen, huh? That's confidence for sure. What did you and Max do once you were done with the first rehearsal? You came back to the dressing room together. I seem to recall you were saying that that's what you were going to do. Yeah, so what's that? You were excited because Max said he'd give you your snack early today? We weren't asking about your snack. Someone came to call you. They knocked on the door and said something. Apparently. Must have been Amelia. Is Amelia a person or a Pokemon? Why do you ask that? Huh, apparently a Pokemon stopped by too, in addition to the person. Huh. Okay. It doesn't know who, but apparently someone rammed into the door. Chatot says it was so surprised that it accidentally yelled out. Yeah, I bet that'd be surprising. What did that Pokemon do then? It ran off making some sort of cry, according to Chatot. Who cries? There's not a lot of Pokemon in here. Hey, could you show us your cool mimicking skills again? Chat. Oh, you can. Try different signals to see what happens, eh? Tim, give it a shot. Snap fingers?
Nice to meet you.
Hey, that's the voice of Mr. Graham. Whistle.
And cut!
And cut. That must be Hero. What's with the self-contented look? Trying to act cool, are you? Hey, go easy on me. I try my best. Hey, I wouldn't put it past Max to do that. There are probably more cues than we can imagine. Adjust collar. It's not doing anything. I guess it's too subtle to use as a clue. Then stomp foot is out of my way.
Get out of my way.
We know that one. But why did we learn these things? Well, it's definitely Olga, all right. If someone yelled at me like that, I'd definitely have a heart attack, even if it was a prank. Why do we care about those things that Chatot does? Is that going to help us out? Why did we get the voice clip of "Get out of my way"? It's a little suspicious. You! Oh, you don't know anything. You're just like... Dude, this thing just lives here. Weird. Mimikyu just lives here. Alright, who's in here? You! You're very suspicious, lady. Olga.
What do you want?
What do you want? Oh, come on, you're a detective. Don't let her intimidate you. Go on, ask what you need to ask. Alright, where were you after we finished the first rehearsal? I stayed in my dressing room, but I was giving Perugly a nice brushing. Did anyone stop by during that time? One of the staff members came to call on me. I answered, although I didn't open the door. I see. Someone comes all the way to get you. The least you could do is open the door for them. Although, come to think of it, something odd did happen after that. What's her alibi?
Keep gathering testimony.
Okay, allegedly, someone came to check on her. That's not an alibi at all. Okay, what's a strange occurrence? Someone came and beat on the door. I looked through the fogged glass window, but didn't see anyone out there. I wonder what that was all about. Could it be Mimikyu? Beating on the door? Man, what a yawn. Let's talk to you a bit before you take a nap. Yeah, what were you guys doing after you finished the rehearsal? You came back to the dressing room for a nap? Olga gave you a good brushing too, so your fur is all perfect? You know, I can't really tell. Okay, so they allegedly claim that they came back here. And someone rapped on the door, beat the door down a little bit. Why do you keep on moving here? Do you remember the strange occurrence at Olga's dressing room? Oh, you mean that someone banged on the door? Yeah, my theory is that it's the same person that visited Chatot's dressing room. Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder if we could find that Pokemon and ask about it when it visited dressing rooms? Well, you're talking about Mimikyu? Get back here, Mimikyu. Yo, Mimikyu is fast. I'm out here sprinting. Whoa, dude, this thing is banging on doors. Yo, what are you doing? I am making... Come on, dude. Studio, sub-control rooms, dressing room performance. Dude, Pikachu, man. Yo, Mimikyu is banging on doors. And the two doors that exactly is happening over here. Why? Who's Mimikyu's owner? Excuse me. Hey, what's wrong? Well, about the accident that just happened, it seems like it was deliberately caused by someone. What? But then who's the culprit? We're investigating that now. That's why we'd like to know where everyone was during the rehearsal. Yeah, we were here the whole time. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on the studio from here. I think it'd be difficult for the people in the sub-control room to swap out the violin. Now that I think about it.
This person couldn't be the culprit.
No. Alright, we got one more dressing room, and that's going to be the Magnemite room. Who's in the Magnemite room? Dude. So Mimikyu is literally banging on these two doors, which I don't think means anything for us yet. Because Chatot said that there was a human along with a Pokemon. Who the heck are you? Ekans, where did you come from? Hey, why are they glaring at each other? Huh, let's see what they're saying. It's time to decide whose special talents are truly better. It's saying... It's saying, being able to smell the difference of foods with your tongue is more amazing. It's saying that making laundry super clean with ultrasonic waves is way cooler. But that's like comparing Leppa berries to Oran berries. Still, we can't just leave them like this. What do you think we do? I mean, we could acknowledge their talent. They're both cool. To me, both your talents are really impressive. Maybe you could agree that you have some amazing skills and just make up. Anyway, you two need to make up, okay? We can come by to check on them later. Maybe some things will have changed. Yeah, like that voice acting for blah, 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 blah. What in the world has gotten into Ekans? It's not normally the type to pick fights with other Pokemon. I wonder what set it off this time. I don't know, man. Okay, Ekans, what's your deal, dude? I've never even seen you before. Why are you here? Slithering Spiral. Spinal. Alright, don't get in your way. Hey, chill out. No need to look so scary. Alright, Magnemite's talents are all mundane and useless? You think? I can see my mom getting excited about super clean laundry. Alright, mister. Whoa, calm down. You could shut this whole place down if you get too excited. Telling things apart by smell isn't unusual or interesting at all. Really, I can't think of any Pokemon that can smell through its tongue. Do that again all day. I just want 10-hour video feed of that sound effect. That's all I want. I will put it... Yeah, thank you. The previous recording has gone over the scheduled time. Maybe Pokemon are getting irritated. I hope they can become friends before they start, the actual filming starts. But seeing how they are now may be difficult. Why do I care about these two? Huh, what about the Magnemite Ekans? Uh-huh, it's boring because they don't pay attention to you? It's like you're being left out? I don't think they mean to be rude or anything, but maybe Mawile just likes to have company. Who are these people and why do I care about them? That was the Perogli's cage? You don't have... There's nothing here. Who's left? Let's go inside the studio and ask. Alright, Alibis. Who are we missing? Well, we don't have... What's his name? An accident like that and right in front of the president, too. What's going to happen to the show? Alright, once the violin recital was done, I was checking the footage from the cameras here, just discussing stuff with everyone. Man, I wish I could turn the clock back. Huh, what should we do, Pikachu? Just let him be until we solve the case. Obviously, it's someone with an NP... Like an actual character NPC. Like this guy. This guy over here. What's his name? Thanks. Keith. Yeah, Keith. Why would he have any interest in this? What were you doing? Where were you during the rehearsal, Keith? I don't think I saw you until right before the accident happened. I went down to a lower floor to call the assistant Pokemon as soon as we found Perugly. And what happened with that? Well, it didn't show up even when the time came. So I called the office to check. Turns out I mixed up the dates and scheduled it for the wrong time. So I ran back to studio to let Hiro know. So that's what all the ruckus was about? Did you run into anybody along your way back to the studio? Yeah, as I recall, I ran into Amelia. She just finished calling Max and Olga.
Keep gathering testimony.
Okay. So he is running errands somewhere. Yeah, tell me about the Pokemon schedule. Alright, are you the one in charge of scheduling and managing the assistant Pokemon? That's right, I'm really sorry that my mistake put you both in a dangerous spot. Yeah, next time, pay attention. Don't worry about it, neither of us are hurt. Alright, Hiro? Do you think you'll be able to get back to filming? I say the odds are 50-50. I've already put in a request for a new violin. I feel bad for Carina, but you'll have to use the new one. I was in the studio ever since Carina finished her performance. I was making sure the staff knew the plan for the show, checking the footage, and so on. Yeah, we were in the studio then, too. I didn't see anyone leave or enter until Amelia and Keith came back. Seems like Hiro and the staff here have a solid alibi.
Tim, be sure you remember what people told us.
I'm trying. I'm trying to remember all this, man. Amelia, what about you?
What's the matter?
I think she's so innocent, but I don't know. Don't mention we swapped don't mention the swap violin until we're ready to catch the culprit. Right, I mean, yes. Where were you? You mean after Carina played? I was checking the dressing rooms to call on Max and Olga. But you came back to the studio alone, didn't you? Weren't you able to find them? No, not exactly. They both seemed like they were busy, so I just told them what I needed through the door. Oh, I see. And did you meet anyone else? Oh, I remember I ran into Keith near the studio. This is all going way over my head.
So, let's gather information.
I don't think I'm ready for this. Are we ready to just, like, find these alibi checks? Who are we missing over here? Okay. Tell me when you visited Olga. We don't have Mako. Where's Mako? I went directly to Olga's dressing room from the studio. I knocked on the door and said we were ready, and she responded, thank you, I'll be right there. So it's not like Amelia actually saw Olga. I feel like that's going to be the key to unraveling this mystery. So, we're talking through doors here. Amelia was the one going back and forth between these two dressing rooms. I went to get Max after I called Olga. Let's see. I knocked on his door and told him that we were ready, and he said, gotcha, I'll be right out through the door. Could that have been Chatot? About when she met Keith? I ran into Keith on my way back to the studio. He was standing near the entrance. But he looked very depressed. He was about to go report to Hero that he messed up the assistant's Pokemon schedule. And you came back to the studio after all that, right? That's right. I don't know. I think it's Max. Do we think it's Max? I don't think Hero and the staff in the studio could have stolen the violin. In that case, maybe we should tell Hero what really happened. If the culprit is related to the show somehow, maybe he'll know something. Yeah, don't forget to tell him to keep it a secret. I mean, Max may be using Chatot to impersonate voices? Hey. Alright, the violin was swapped out, and you say there's someone here that did it? Yeah. I can't imagine. No, actually, could it be that he... Do you know something? Well, this is just a rumor, but I've heard Max has a lot of debt he needs to pay back. The violin was a very valuable one, so he may have stolen it so that he could sell it. It sounds like Max could have a motive to steal the violin. Fascinating. Let's go find Max. Max and Chatot, man. Like, if you're able to have Chatot, like, impersonate people... Alright, dude. Come here.
Huh?
Sheesh. What? Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, well, we got some motive.
Now we know almost the exact moment when the violin was swapped. The culprit has to be someone involved with the show. Let's find out about the alibis of everyone involved between the time Carina finished playing and I brought out the violin.
Do we have more people I didn't talk to? Apparently, I have more people I didn't talk to. What other NPCs with actual faces do we not have? I don't know. We have the staff. We have Hero. What's going on? What are you asking? Okay, Tell me about the alibi in the studio. I mean, none of these guys... This is just some random dude. He's not going to be part of the... part of the investigation. It's going to be, like, random NPC 5. Like, no, man. It's got to be one of these people. I just don't remember which person would do it. We talked about you. We talked to you. Keith is feeling depressed. Hero.
What's the matter?
What do you need? I need to find out who this is. Which other alibi don't I have? Pikachu? Max isn't doing anything. Yeah, I'm working on that. These are all check marks? Maybe there was someone backstage? Maybe I didn't check someone backstage? Like, who didn't I talk to? Magnemite, Ekans? What's the point of that? Ekans can taste with his tongue. Magnemite can do ultrasonic waves and disrupt camera footage. Maybe we asked the Yanma. No, none of these. There's no one back here. This is interesting. But, like, we already found out motive from Max because he's broke and he needed money. We don't really have an official motive outside of, like, hearsay of... Okay, let's find out exactly. Okay, tell me about this. Was there anyone who left the studio or went backstage once Cricketune and Carina were done performing? Nobody, huh? Well, you can see the whole studio, so if you say nobody, then I guess that's that. So no one went backstage, according to that one. There was a bit of time between when Cricketune and Carina finished their recital and the next rehearsal, right? Was there anyone besides Carina and Amelia who left the studio at that time? I can't tell people apart, but it says there were only 2 people who came and went. That's interesting. You can't tell people apart. 2 people that came and went. Where's the 3rd Yanma? Dude, I actually don't know where we gotta go here. Talk about bad luck. Okay, how about the AD? Nothing ever goes according to the script. Alright. After Carina's performance, I was with Hero checking the rest of the plan for today. Y'all seem very busy. Okay. Okay, Keith hadn't come back. Dude, I don't know who it is. Hero, what else you got, man? I've talked to everybody in here. We have everyone's solid testimony. Let's go take a look at Carina. Carina wouldn't swap it herself. Cricketune? No. Carina?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think we're doing it bit by bit. We're getting closer to Culprit. Glad to hear that. Thank you so much for everything. If there's anything I could do, please let me know. Thanks. After my performance, I went backstage to put my violin there. Hero asked you to do that, right? Did you see anyone else while you were back there? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I should have paid more attention. Please don't worry about it. Oh, yes. That was the final piece.
So the culprit is... Wait, what's that? All of our suspects have alibis?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. They can't all have alibis. I don't want to point fingers, but it may have been Olga who stole my violin. Why do you say that? Well, Olga had asked me a few times before if I would be willing to part with my violin. Of course I said no. Of course, your grandfather made it for you. That's right, but it didn't seem like Olga was ready to give it up. So she may have planned something like this. It seems Olga has a motive anyway, but we can't just decide she's the culprit based off of that. That's right. Pikachu. Are we good? Pikachu.
This particular issue is solved.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we go talk to Max again? Oh, well, this is a conundrum. I didn't expect everyone involved to have alibis, but this can only mean one thing. The culprit used double team, used the hidden passageway. There was no culprit after all. Created a fake alibi. That's right. The culprit must have used some sort of trick to create a fake alibi. That being said, I don't think anyone working in the studio or sub-control room had time to do anything elaborate like that. I agree. Our suspects are the people who are moving around on their own. That's 4 people. Max, Olga, Keith, and Amelia. You don't think Amelia is... I know how you feel, but a detective has to keep an objective view of everything. Still, we could use some more information. Now that I think about it, Mimikyu had snuck out of the Pokemon dressing room and was wandering around, right? Maybe if we talk to it, it'll help shed some light on the situation. It's got to be Max. Max is telling Chatot to say, like, okay, I'll be right out, while he's out there sneaking. Where the heck is Mimikyu? Are you in here? Where's Mimikyu? He's usually parading around the halls. No. Is Mimikyu in Perugli's room? I don't know what's going on, man. Mimikyu! Where's Mimikyu's room? Hello? Where are you? Dun-dun. I'm gonna go talk to Max. This guy's suspicious. You!
Huh?
Okay, no. This isn't gonna do anything. There's already a check on this. He said he'd be right out. What about you, Chetot? Where's Mimikyu? Well, Mimikyu should be somewhere around here. We're gonna go take a look at the halls, or maybe like another Pokemon room or something like that. Maybe he's gonna come around. I'll start like asking the other Pokemon, see if they know where Mimikyu's at, and then we'll essentially kind of just go from there. So let's go take a look inside this room, and see where it is. It has to know something. You know where it is? Okay, Ekans, you know where Mimikyu is? Looks like they're able to make up by admitting they're both pretty talented. Good. Right now they're trying to figure out if there's some way to combine their talents and do something even more amazing. Great, looking forward to it. Okay, yeah, glad you're able to make up. Good luck on the shoot. I don't care about Magnemite. I couldn't tell what Magnemite's thinking before, but they're getting along quite well. Why do I care about these two? I need Mimikyu. Tell me about Ekans. Like, it's glaring at you. You think it's rude, but I'm glad that you figured that out. Okay, good. Where is that? Mawile? Yep, they're friends. Cool. Great. Competition can wait. Yeah, everyone wants to get along and have a good time. Awesome. And my favorite sound effect. Can you guys make that impression at home? Alright, wonder if it's the fight that was all about in the first place. No matter. It looks like they're friends. Okay, well, I'm trying to find Mimikyu, so we're going to have to go from there. I don't know where it is. We're going to look around, see if we can find it, and then go from there. Hopefully, we can find out the testimony from Mimikyu, see who Mimikyu bumped into, which I have a feeling it might be Max and Chatot having a little bit of a, I don't know, fake alibi situation. We'll find out very soon. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Yes, that.